Everybody, Vino, we're back with some more Katawa Shoujo. We left off with the trio playing some chess with Lily getting destroyed by Hanako. Where are we? Check. That's not bad at all. Nice, Hanako. The compliment causes her to flower into a surprised blush. Thank you. I didn't think it would work. I look over to Lily, her fingers having just finished tracing out the position of her remaining pieces in an attempt to extricate her king from this bind. I think this is a checkmate. Oh, it's a girl. I take another look at the board to confirm. Oh right, check doesn't mean you're done. Checkmate means you're done. Sure enough, her king has nowhere to escape without being threatened by another piece. My earlier question as to which of them is better at this has just been answered. I never understood chess. So it is. Lily gives a small sigh as Hanako smiles. From their reactions, this seems like a fairly usual result. How long have you two been playing? Since I was young. Lily nods at Hanako's brief answer. Hanako taught me how to play soon after I met her. I can beat her every now and then, but that's a rarity. I don't seem to have the right mindset for it. If Lily came to Yamaku at the start of high school and met Hanako when she moved to the dorms, that means she's only been playing for about 1 year. After seeing Hanako's level of play, I'm not too surprised Lily has trouble beating her. But she's better at languages than I am, so... Lily gives an appreciative, if slightly amused smile at Hanako's quick reversal of her compliment. Well, that's how it is. Much to everyone's surprise, the bell suddenly rings, heralding an end to the lunch break. That game lasted longer than I thought it did. Same. I guess we'd better get back to class. Hanako's already in the middle of packing up, so I take Lily's bag and offer it to her. To my surprise, she takes it and nods, but then places it back down on the table. Oh, my headphones, hold on. God damn, stay on my head. Hisao, may I make a request? Sure, go ahead. Okay, no. A little bit of Sino Utah almost carried over there for a second. Oh, I wish I could. Would you mind if I were to quickly feel your face? Oh, no, go ahead, I don't mind. The question takes me severely off guard, but once I regain my composure, it seems sensible enough. So far, Lily's had no idea what I actually look like, and this would be her only way to find out. Oh, cute moment, everybody shut up and enjoy it. Lily raises her right hand, which I take in mine and guide to my face before letting go. The room is entirely silent as Lily's hand moves over and around my features, from my chin to my cheeks to everywhere else. I expected this to feel a lot more disquieting than it does. I suppose that's because the action is entirely a matter of practicality, being functionally no different to simply looking at someone's face. Her hand is soft, but what takes me as surprise is the length of her fingers, not to mention how sure even the slightest of her movements are. I have no doubt that her level of tactile feeling would be far beyond mine. Her hand briefly runs once through my hair before retreating. I'm sure that every inch of my face has been committed to her memory. It's only now, too, that I realize Hanako has been silently watching the entire time. I mean, it might be practicality, but for a blind person to take the time to do that, it's gotta mean something. Thank you for letting me do that, Hisao. And if I might add, I think you're quite handsome. I blush a little at her remark, before raising a questioning eyebrow. But if you can't see how... Just because I can't see, that doesn't mean I don't have my own preferences. We better go now. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess we'll see you later then, Lily. Walking through the hallways back to our classrooms, I notice that Hanako seems quieter than before, but also more comfortable. Lily, her hand on Hanako's shoulder, seems to pick up on her assured pace as well, smiling as they walk. If I could spend the rest of my time at Yamaku like this, I don't think it'd be so bad. All that's needed for joy are small exchanges of happiness, after all. That's a good outlook. Much better than you had at the beginning, anyway. As I reach my desk and set my bag beside it, I realize something. Or rather, my stomach does. I was so busy with those two, I forgot to buy lunch. Oh, lunch. I do enjoy a nice lunch. Awkward silence. That's the best way to break an awkward silence I seem to find, by yelling awkward silence. It makes people laugh most of the time, and it breaks the silence. Keep that in mind. Life pro tips with Vnover. Saturday, my second most favorite day of the week. This is almost entirely due to the fact that it is the day with the second least amount of school, with class ending at the beginning of lunch. I opened my door confidently, myself being more than confident of being able to get enjoyment out of the fine weather and shorter class length. I confidently stride down the hallway and down the stairs to the lobby of the male dorms. I wonder if Yamaku actually exists, or if this is pictures of it, or if this is just some random school somewhere. Probably not even in Japan, because this is an American-made game. I don't know. If you know, well, comment. I confidently look behind me to see whose footsteps are approaching. Oh, there's footsteps. I lose my confidence in this day being enjoyable. Oh, no. Hey, man. Sup? Not much, I guess. Just looking forward to the afternoon. You? He wraps an arm around my slumped shoulders far too comfortably. Something's up. Let's step outside, shall we? I was just about to before you stopped me. He doesn't take my reaction to his theatrics well. Ignoring him, I walk outside and start down the steps. It doesn't take too long for him to catch up with me again. I wonder if he wants money or to rant about another conspiracy. Maybe both. Probably both. I've got a bone to pick with you. Uh-huh. It's about that blonde. You know who I'm talking about. Conspiracy it is. For a moment I contemplate feigning ignorance, but realize this will go quicker if I just let him get it all out. Lily, the one from your class? You're on first names terms with her? He looks positively shocked at this development. Did he not expect me to be able to answer? He gathers himself and coughs into his fist. Dramatically, like everything he does. Well, never mind that. I'm here to warn you. You know, man to man. Warn me about what? Lily? Yeah, you don't know her, man. It's mostly true. I've only known her in Hanako for less than 2 weeks. And even then, we've just been exchanging banal chatter about school as we while away lunch. That is a weird phrase. I'm pretty sure you don't either. That's not the point. You're the one spending inordinate amounts of time with her. It distresses me that someone like Kenji, who's probably as far out of the loop as one could possibly get, knows about such a trivial fact as who I choose to befriend. Then again, I am a transfer student, and she's not only the representative of the class, but also a tall blonde. Are they into blondes in Japan? I don't think so. I mean, not particularly, because they don't really like foreigners in Japan, I don't think. Maybe I should appreciate this ranting as a warning that the rumor mill exists in this school, and that I'm firmly within it. It's just lunch, nothing special. Look, man, under the bridge. See this bridge? You're under it. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do to get intel. I just want to make sure you don't end up too far under the bridge, if you get what I'm saying. You're losing me, Kenji. That's okay, lots of people get lost. That's why I'm here to help. Ugh, just go away, Kenji. Just be careful around her, okay? She looks all harmless on the outside, but I've heard shit. Bad shit. You know the student council, right? He seems to involuntarily shudder as he says the words. Putting him and Shizune together in a room is an amusing mental exercise. I wonder if they've met. Yeah, Shizune and Misha are in my class. I seem to have dodged the draft, though. Good man, good man. But this blonde, she was there, in the student council. Right damn there. I see, and? And she's not there now. Seriously, think about it. Something must have gone down. I stopped walking for a moment, giving the idea more thought than I probably should. It would explain the fight the two had, at least in part. Wait, no, not really. Even leaving the student council would need a catalyst. In the end, it doesn't explain much at all, other than the fact that their feud goes back some ways. I guess you have a point. I'm not seeing how that really affects me, though. Okay, now feel this one. Lily's foreign, obviously. See? See what I just said that. I just said that. They call them foreigners. Obviously. Now, what nationality is she? Does that matter? Are we getting racist? That's not racist, I don't think. I opened my mouth to give the answer, but realized that I have none. In fact, I've given the matter very little thought. Given that she has no accent and acts perfectly Japanese, I suppose it never really seemed important. Now that he mentions it, though, I am rather curious. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe English? They like tea. You like tea! Japan loves tea. What are you talking about? I probably shouldn't resort to stereotypes, but that's the only lead I have. You're not thinking. Ugh. You're not thinking. Luckily, you have me to think for you. I don't know what I did there with his voice. Oh god, I forgot what I did with his voice. Gee, thanks. He brushes off the quip effortlessly. Now answer me this. Who has lots of social power? Is filthy stinking rich. You know blondes are all rich, right? Has a long history of disputes and used to belong to a much larger organization. The Roman Catholic Church? Well, okay, there's that. But there's also the Mafia. Come on, rich, foreign. There's no way she doesn't have connections to them. Alright, this Kenji guy's on all the drugs. I have reason to doubt the logic of his deductions, but he shows no sign of stopping. Oh man, I hate these Kenji interactions. They're like half the episode. So, do you know where I think she's from? Italy? Mainland and Italy's small time, dude. She has to be from Sicily. All those mafioso types came from there. Wait, no, Russia. Damn, this could be bad. The mafia there is serious business, man. Ex-KGB everywhere, paramilitaries, hardcore smuggling, and... Wait, stop. Just slow down a second. What point are you trying to get at here? You don't know what she'll do, man. I won't get in your way. Agents don't operate like that, but I just want you to be careful. When the time comes, we'll need all the help we can get. I don't want to lose you, comrade. Well, at least it's concerned for me. Kinda. I wave goodbye to him as we separate out to our respective classes, but I'm not sure that he sees the gesture. Oh, this Kenji. Piling my books into my bag, I catch a glimpse of the library books I'd borrowed last week. I might as well return them, considering they took all of 2 days to finish. I briefly consider inviting Hanako along to the library, but she's already gone. It'll probably be better for my studying if I'm alone anyway. With a quick stretch and a wave to a couple of classmates who give the same to me, I make my way out of the classroom. As I open my bag and shove the book through the return slot in the front counter, I notice a strange person behind the desk, old and graying. She must be Yuko's replacement when she's working at the cafe. I begin to look for a free table, a task made somewhat difficult considering that, despite there not being many students in here, they're all sitting at their own tables. Noticing a familiar head of hair, I walk over to one near the braille section. Table. It's hard to tell whether Lily's concentrating hard or not, her placid expression holding perfectly still as her finger slides across the dot-filled pages of her book. Hi, mind if I sit here? Oh, no problem at all. She trails off, evidently still focused on her business at hand. Ah, Hisao. Oh, that'd have been so good for Sai no Yuta. She gives us a nod of greeting as I sit opposite her at the table, pluck a chemistry textbook out of my bag, and quickly thumb to the chapter we're covering in class. Oh man, each of these girls' theme music gives me the feels. This is Lily's theme music. For a while, we sit there and read, each in our own way. Seeing her reminds me of what Kenji said this morning, though. That and the fact that I've never... He's thinking that she's a mafia. And the fact that I've never seen someone read in Braille before makes me keep throwing glances at her. Also, if you're interested in the background music, the music in the game, you can go to their website and they have the download link for every song in the game. There's like 40 or something. I kind of feel guilty about it, given that she has no way to realize I'm doing so I decided to just ask her about it. Her lineage isn't exactly a state secret after all, and there's another thing I've only just noticed from her movements. Hey, Lily, mind if I ask a question? Not at all. Is anything wrong? I was just wondering, you're at least part foreign, right? What gave it away? She gives a small giggle before setting down her book. I've always been amused at how squeamish people are about that. Akira's mentioned how much she and I look different from most others before. The details are... What was that? The details are a bit complicated, but I'm half Japanese, half Scottish. Scottish? That was not exactly my first guess. It takes some effort to not blurt it out loud. I try to conjure images of the place in my mind. I think as far as the UK goes, Scotland isn't bad to live in, but I'm not entirely sure. My first guess of England was surprisingly close, at least geographically. That does leave another question though. But you have no accent. That's where the details begin. I was born and raised in Japan, despite my mother being foreign. Ah, I get it. Hold on, if she moved to the dorms simply due to Akira working longer hours... So, they don't live near the school? She gives a small sigh as if she didn't expect me to go any deeper. Was her previous frankness just a front? Oh, you made her sad. Not exactly. It's been a long time since we have actually met. I feel like I'm not getting the whole story, but I don't really want to go unduly prying into her situation. Her about face shows that she feels kind of awkward about it. What is about face? What does that mean? I've only seen that in translated visual novels and this one. I have no idea what that means. So, do you speak much English? To be honest, I don't know that much about Scotland, but at least I know that's the main language there. The more you know. It takes her a moment to collect herself, appreciating the change in topic. That's right. That was weird. My family mostly used Japanese around the house when I was young, but they made sure Akira and I knew our Scottish side just as well. I'm fluent in the language, but I'm also studying it in school to get my skills up and to have the qualifications on paper mainly. So you're bilingual? That's pretty impressive. Our man Hisao is falling for her more and more. I wouldn't go that far. Having parents who can speak the language is a large advantage, and English books and Braille aren't too hard to buy or import, with Yuko's help at least. There's a relatively high demand for local English teachers here anyway, which also gives me some motivation to learn it well. Demand for English teachers? For a moment I wonder why she brought this up. You're planning to be an English teacher? She gives an enthusiastic nod. It must be nice, having such a definite future in mind. I've never really given much thought to mine, so I'm kind of envious, you and me both, buddy. What's wrong? It's just, I could see you as a teacher pretty easily. It suits you. For a moment, she's speechless. She lowers her face a little and lets out a nervous giggle. That's something I've never seen her do before. With Lily's role as a class representative and her dependable nature, teaching does seem to be a line of work fitting her personality. Sorry, that was probably a little much. It's true though. Waving her hand in front of her face dismissively, she quickly recovers. It's not that, it's just that only one person's ever said that to me before. He hit the jackpot on that one. A short, somewhat awkward silence follows the discussion. Yell out awkward silence. I don't know what that is in Japanese, but do it. Without knowing it, I ended up steering into a troublesome topic again. Oh, men. Steering into... I forgot what he said. Bad topics. I should try to teach her up a little. What? I should try to cheer her up a little. It was me who went and got her brooding, after all. Want to go grab lunch at the cafeteria after this? That's a little arrogant, thinking that having lunch with you is going to cheer her up, but you know, whatever. It might perk her up a bit, or at least take her mind off of her apparently complicated family situation. Going by her smile, it seems to have the intended effect. The way her hand is drawn weirds me out. I appreciate the thought, but the food there... quite a quick redirection of the conversation. She does have a point, though. The food there is not the greatest. Maybe the Shanghai? We could ask Hanako if she wants to come as well. What happened to my voice? What is it? I almost forgot until you reminded me. Hanako's birthday's coming up soon, and I was going to go shopping in the city for a present tomorrow. Oh, if that's an invitation, I'd be happy to accompany you. Oh, yeah, that sets up the next episode, doesn't it? Woo! You got something to look forward to. They're gonna go on a little date. Alright, that's the end of this episode of Katawa Shoujo. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Hopefully, if you guys are still watching this. Bye-bye, everybody.